You're watching live weigh-in coverage of the Guaranteed Rate Elite at Lake Fork.
Texas, what is up, everybody? How we doing today? Man, what a tournament it has been here at the Guaranteed Rate Bassmaster Elite here on Lake Fork in Wood County, Texas. We are super pumped to be here on Championship Sunday. Been an awesome live already. Everybody's been watching, and we've got a super Texas crowd out here. Let's hear it, guys, for everybody watching back home. It's going to be fun. We're going to be giving away another coveted Bassmaster Elite Series Blue Trophy in just a little bit, but we've got several folks that we want to thank and recognize for such a successful event, and I need a big Texas welcome for Senior Tournament Manager Lisa Talman. She's in charge of all the elite operations for our tournament series, so let's welcome her out to the stage. Been another great event, Lisa, and there's so many folks who are the reason backstage and behind the scenes of getting this done.
There is, but first of all, thank you, Texas. You guys show out for these anglers. They appreciate it. Give your guys a round of applause. Thank you so much. But before I do all my thank yous, I do want to say a special thank you to Hank here. I asked him, can you MC this for Dave Mercer? And he was like, sure, no problem. So thank you so much. He stepped in when Dave couldn't be here. Thank you. Give him a round of applause. He did a great job this week. But we do miss you, Dave. If you're watching, we miss you. So I do have a lot of thank yous. Got my notes here. I would like to thank the Wood County Economic Development Commission and Judge Hebron, also the Sabine River Authority for all their help and support. We couldn't do this without great hosts, so thank them so much. Also, our friends at Texas Park and Wildlife, we've been partners with them for many years, and we continue to hope to be partners with them in the future. Also, the Lake Fork Sportsman Association, they have helped us on the live release boat, so all their volunteers, we thank them as well. And also our judge coordinator, Tim Cook. He has been doing this for 15 years. He's been rounding up judges. This week he rounded up 103 judges for us. So we give him a big thanks, and also all the judges that volunteered their time this week as well. And then lastly, all the staff. It takes so many people to put this event on, so I thank all the staff. Thank you so much for all your hard work, your continued hard work each event that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Let's give her a big round of applause again, stepping in for Trip Weldon. As you know, he retired earlier this year, and just a fantastic job. All right, we were watching coming into today, and here's how they lined up coming into the start of Championship Sunday. Sitting in 10th place with 62.4 was Chris Johnson. 9th place was 64.2 was Austin Felix. 8th place, Seth Fighter with 65.12. 7th place, one of the only. There's been two 30-pound bags so far this week on day 1 and day 2, and Taku Idu had one of those. He's got 66.11 through his 3 days of fishing, had him in 7th place. 6th place, Chad Morgan Taylor with 68.8. 5th place, I think some guys are getting excited about this angler across the stage. Lee Livesey with 70 pounds and 2 ounces. 4th place, your defending champion back in November, Patrick Walters with 71.2. 3rd place, calls home just down the road in Fort Worth, Texas, Zal Dangerous Chris Zaldane with 71.14. 2nd place, Louisiana angler, 74 even, Quentin Capo. And your day number 3 leader, he was leading after day number 2 as well as Brandon Carr with 77 pounds and an ounce. That's how it shaked out coming into today. And then we're going to bring them by via the tundras and all that stuff here in just a minute. It's going to be an awesome weigh-in. But first, we got to get you loose. We got to get you going. And you know we did this. Again, Lisa talked about we stepped in for Mercer. We no way could replace Mercer. He is the man. You guys know that. And we're just trying to get close to his level. So we tried this again. And, you know, I talked to Mercer about this, too. And he says, not about me. It's about the anglers. And that's why I think he does such a fantastic job. But I did this yesterday. We're going to draw a line right down the middle. So you guys, this is like old Ray Scott days. You're A team and you're B team, okay? So we're going to battle against each other. I think we got a little bit more people over here, but let's see who can get louder. So I'm going to let actually B team go first. How about it? There's your cheat. You guys know the level you got to beat, so let's beat that. Let's hear it right here. Oh, much better. Now I know you guys can get louder on 3. Let me hear it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Everybody all together. 1, 2, 3. All right. We are at Lake Fork, land of the Giants. If you notice, we've got an FS1 camera right here, and this is your chance to possibly get on the broadcast. Land of the Giants, Dave Mercer's signature saying is Giant Bass, so we're going to try it again. Actually, I'm going to switch it up now. We're going to be Giant over here. You guys are going to be Giant, or you guys are going to be Bass right here. Giant Bass. Giant Bass. We ready? When I point the mic your way, you hit it, and then you hit it. Let's try it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Last time. Last thing before we really get going. Everybody all together, I need 10 seconds of absolute chaos. Arms waving. You need to give me a Texas crazy scene for 10 seconds. Let's hear it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep it going. Come on. Tell me what Wood County's about. 5 more seconds. Let's get loud. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now we're flowing. Okay. We always do this leading into Sunday. We bring up our Day 3 leader to talk about his success so far. So let's welcome him out to the stage. Brandon Card, come on out. All right, Brandon, been a great week. We had one more day. We're not going to talk about that, but we're going to, want to get our sponsor thank yous in. And, you had a successful week leading up to today. And who do you want to thank for getting you this far?
Well, first and foremost, I want to just thank everybody that came today. What a crowd. Thank y'all. Man, I love Texas. I love coming down here and fishing. Every time I come to Texas, I have such a blast. These lakes are loaded with big bass, and just the fans are just, they always show up and show out. So Texas is, holds a near and dear place to in my heart. And when people ask me where my favorite place to fish is, I always say Texas. Never hesitate.
Well, yeah, and so, we were doing key lures this week, and you had a lot that, is more, I don't want to say a spot, but you had some areas, but there were several key lures to your success. One did put a whole hook through your hand earlier, though, too, yesterday. But talk about those key lures and what was successful to get you here this week.
Yeah, it was just kind of a hodgepodge of a lot of different baits, but on day 2, the Yozuri 3DB jerkbait 110 was a really big player. I was fishing out off the bank, but on day 2 in the morning, those fish pushed up like right next to the bank, and I pulled that jerkbait out and just went to working on them. Also caught them on a homemade swim bait that my buddy makes, Brian McGill back home, just a hand-poured swim bait. Caught some big fish that way. But yeah, caught a bunch of fish cranking. Just basically doing, what I do back home when the fish get offshore. That's kind of what I did in practice. I just devoted myself to the offshore bite. I idled around for hours in practice just looking for those schools of fish. I had like 3 or 4 schools of fish. But yeah, it's been a phenomenal week. Win, lose, or draw. It's just been such a blast. I want to read something real quick. Well, actually, I want to thank a few sponsors, and then I'm going to read this. I want to thank Suzuki. They took a chance on me 9 years ago. I actually met those guys at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, went in their booth, and we struck up a deal right then and there. And those guys have just been awesome to work with. They believed in me, through thick and thin. I've had some really rough years on tour. And every single time they just cheer me on. So love the Suzuki guys. All my family watching. My wife is right here in the front. Love you, sweetie. And but yeah, I wanted to, and Blackfish. My Blackfish people are here somewhere. We're actually going to stick around a couple of days and film. So tune into my Instagram page, and I'll be posting out some videos and stuff from that. My weigh-in song is Undefeated by Torrin Wells. It's a Christian song. And I just want to read this, whether I win or lose, I'm undefeated because I have Christ that lives in me. And So the song is kind of like a hip hop song. So I'm just going to just say the lyrics. I'm not going to sing it.
You gotta sing it.
I'm not going to sing it. But basically it just says undefeated. There's no stopping us. Undefeated. No doubt we're champions. Undefeated. Can't hold us down. We're rising up. Infinity and no. Unstoppable. You already know. We're undefeated. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Brandon. We will see where you end up. Maybe you'll be holding that blue trophy. All right. That means we are ready to get going, but I got to make sure we're doing it one more time. So we're not going to do John and Bass, but we know where we are. Let's hear it over this side. How we do it? Everybody together? All right, let's do it. Let's get this weigh-in started. Coming in at 10th place, starting his day number 4. Tacoma victory last year, cruising through in a Tundra. Let's get loud for Chris Johnston. Step on up, Chris. 5 fish today. A good day for you. 18 pounds and 10 ounces. Going to take you to 80 pounds and 14 ounces, and we will have a new leader right here in the hot seat. Been a good week. Probably not going to be enough to take it home, but you will get to experience the hot seat for just a little bit.
I'll get to keep it warm for someone, but it's been a phenomenal week. I fished the way I love to fish back home, and I caught every one of them looking at them, fishing beds out here. And you guys have a phenomenal fishery here, and I look forward to coming here every time. So thanks for having me. I got to give a shout out to those guys that are catching those giants. I wasn't on that pattern where they're catching the 8 to 10 pounders, and I just went out and had fun today, and we caught some fish, missed some, and that's all that matters. And really want to thank my family back home for cheering me on. I've been gone for a long time. Sponsors, Ranger, Mercury, Mercury, Daiwa, and Under Armour. There's a few more, but I won't go through them all. But and thanks for this crowd, the turnout. You guys are great, and I saw a bunch of you out in the water cheering everyone on. It's really cool to see.
Great job. You are in the lead at this moment, and we will see how long you last as we bring in our next angler. Also, I think has been sight fishing all week. Had 64 pounds and 2 ounces coming into his day number 4. Let's get loud for Minnesota angler Austin Felix. Again, 64.2 through his 3 days of fishing to unseat Chris Johnston. He needs 16 pounds, 13 ounces. Looking for 16-13, 16 pounds and an ounce. Going to not quite take over the hot seat, but it's still a top 10 any Elite Series event you go to. Austin's a good week, which means this one's been a good one for you.
Yeah, I mean, I sight fished all week. It's one of my favorite things to do, and when you can come to this lake and sight fish for 5-pound males and 10-pound females, you can't really beat it. I had a blast. Really went looking for big fish today, passed up some fish that probably would have moved me up a little bit, but I have no regrets at all. It's amazing to be here. I'm so happy to be in the top 10 after the Sabine River. We finally got crowds back on the Elite Series, and I missed the day 3 cut on the Sabine when all you guys showed up. So being able to get here all 4 days and see all the fans. This is the first day 4 cut I've had with fans, so it's a special experience. So.
Truly what the Bassmaster Elite Series is all about and what Texas is all about.
Yeah, I caught all my fish sight fishing, throwing a Senko and throwing a little light Texas rig. It didn't really matter, just something natural. The biggest thing was just to stay as far away from the fish as possible. These fish get a ton of pressure, but most of the time, if they stick around, you can catch them.
And trying to stay in the water after your hook sets, right?
And trying to stay out of the water.
Yeah, stay out of the water, right?
Yeah, it was an experience, but hey, there's no bad publicity, right? So I'm all right with it. I got to say thanks. If you guys are around here, go to Sightline Outdoors Apparel on Facebook, Instagram, and give them a like. I've also been throwing Eris rods this year. I switched. They're actually an Italian company. They make a really high-end rod, and I've been absolutely floored with how awesome they are. So go check them out if you're into high-end rods. Besides that, I'm going to hit the road for a week, and I got to go do one of those Day on the Lakes for your guys' magazine here on Tuesday, so we're going to head to Tennessee.
Top 10 here at Lake Fork. Nice job, Austin.
Thanks, everybody.
Former college champion. We'll see you in Alabama. Nice job and good finish. All right. as our next angler coming through 2 top 10s in a row. 65-12 through his 3 days of fishing. Let's get loud for Minnesota angler Seth Fighter. Cruising up in that Toyota Tundra again, 65-12. Through his 3 days of fishing. Looking to take over the lead, and you're going to have it with 20 pounds and 15 ounces. It's going to move you into first place with 86 pounds and 11 ounces. And another good week, Seth. We say goodbye to Chris Johnson. I know they're buds, and we have a new hot seat owner.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great week here. I love fishing this lake. You never know what's going to happen when you go out there. There's so many big fish in there. And I kind of stayed away from the spawners this week, trying to catch a mega bag. Never really happened, but got them different baits every day, jerking, cranking, swim bait, and a little bit of sight fishing, not much. But really great week. Had fun here, and yeah, hopefully come back here next year. I'll come here anytime. This lake's absolutely amazing, and the people down here are awesome. Super nice.
Officially halfway through the Elite Series now, and you are right where you need to be to make a run at this Angler of the Year at the end of the season.
Yeah, so good. So good so far, but got a few more down south we got to take care, and then go up north and put the hammer down.
New leader, let's hear it for Seth Fighter, 86 pounds, 11 ounces. Well, we'll see how long you can sit there. Again, one of just 2 over 30-pound bags so far in this tournament as he comes cruising up. He caught 3 overs that day on day number 2. This is his second top 10 in a row. Let's get loud for Japanese angler Taku Ito. $66.11 through his 3 days of fishing. 5 more today worth 17 pounds and 3 ounces. Going to take him to second place with 83.14. And Taku, Texas, you got to love this state now. I'm thinking it might be your favorite state.
Yeah. I love Texas, and I love Lake Fork. Thank you very much. Because I have never get 20-pound plus largemouth in the tournament, but my first time, so not 20, 33 pounds, so day 2. So yes, thank you very much. So very, very happy, and my fishing the big postal spawn schooling fish 10 feet, 8 feet deep, and I fish in a crankbait, Norwich, shot over 2, 6 feet diver, and so sun coming up, and I fish in shallow, so sight fishing. So sometimes female is schooling in the shallow. I fish in shallow fishing and a finesse bait, and I caught 8-14 pound.
8-14? But then you got, what did the next one weigh? 8 something as well, right? You had an 8-2, isn't that right?
Yeah, 8-14.
You know, we won't think about the other ones, right? You caught 3 of those that day.
Yeah, three big fish I caught, and I get the 33 pounds, 3 ounces.
Now, I gotta ask you, Taku. You said you didn't like big bass on day 2. I got a feeling you like them now.
Yeah, I like it. Sorry, one more please.
You said you didn't like them because they pulled so hard. But I think you like them now, right? Because you're here on day 4.
Yes, I like. Yes, I love big fish, but big fish is too much strong for me. So sometimes stuck in a tree and stuck in a stump. So very, very hard for me. So I like a 2-pounder bass.
Go take a break. Taku Ito, let's hear it for him.
Thank you very
Second
much.
place.
I love Texas.
83-14, nice week, and we will see you in Alabama. All right, next angler coming through. Been consistent all week in that top 10. 68.8 through his 3 days of fishing. Let's get loud for Missouri angler Chad Morgan Taylor. Here's it on up. It's 68.8 through his 3 days of fishing. 5 more today that are going to check in at 15 pounds and 2 ounces. Going to jump you to 83.10, Chad. Going to have you in 3rd place. And You've been consistent, but watching on live, I don't think it's come easy each day, it doesn't seem like for you.
That's just like my life. Nothing comes easy, I'm going to tell you. But you know it has. It's been a great week. You know, I struggled with establishing a couple of patterns that I knew was going to be strong here, and I couldn't get an offshore bite going at all. And then the shad spawn bite was something that I was really struggling with as well. So I did what I do. I went shallow, and you know, I knew there was a lot of fish spawning this week, and new ones were going to come. But whenever I found the area that I really locked down and I was able to just fish, and I was catching pre and post spawners, and I just stayed shallow and kept my head down. I fished a couple of different baits this week, a missile baits D-bomb and a tube, actually. And between those two baits, those were the big ones, the big producers for me this week. But you know, anytime that you can come to Texas, to Lake Fork, at this time of the year, for sure, this is the special time of the year. This is when there's a lot of different things going on, and there's obviously some giant fish in here. And, I mean, you can't beat this crowd and the support you guys give. I mean, come on, Texas. What? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, you know, me and my wife are getting ready to probably put my house up for sale, and I just might buy one down here.
I think based on how you do your fishing, you should.
Yeah, but anyway, again, what a phenomenal week. My wife drove in today to see me on Championship Sunday. Thanks, baby. I appreciate that. So, anyway, again, top 10 helps me in the points. You know, I'd had kind of one of those years where it's been up and down, so the top 10 is definitely going to push me up in the points, and we got a phenomenal schedule coming up. But again, hands down, one of the best lakes I've ever put my boat on. Thank you all so much.
Nice job, Chad, again, and hopefully you can keep that momentum going to the second half of the season. You're going to have a top 10 finish. All right, I think you guys already know who's coming through the line, but we'll introduce him. 70 pounds and 2 ounces through 3 days of fishing. Let's get loud for Lee Livesey. He knew he needed to go big, and big he went on day number 4 as he reaches into that Abu Garcia bag, and look at this Lake Fork monster as he pulls it out. There you go, Texas. Let's hear it for Lee Livesey. 9-pound, 2-ounce Lake Fork monster right there. And that is just one fish of 4 that we're going to officially see if we can put him into the lead. Again, 5 fish needed, 16 pounds and change. And Lee, you did it big with the 3rd biggest bag in bass fishing history of 42 pounds and 3 ounces.
Come on, baby. With the Whiskey Myers jamming. Let's go.
And that is going to move you into the lead. You knew you needed to go big, and big you went.
I have no words right now. It's amazing. It just finally happened. You know, I've been around them. I haven't caught any big ones all week. You know, I just survived. And today everything just worked out, and it never goes like that. It just worked out, and I caught big ones everywhere I went. Started off with big ones, ended with big ones. It was just one of those surreal days. And it's just amazing because I've spent a lot of time on this lake.
I mean, we were watching it. I'm going to break it down. We can do this with this format. You caught a 9-2 start off, then you caught a 7-6, an 8-15, an 8-14, and a 7-14. Your smallest fish was a 7-pound, 6-ounce fish. I mean, just a massive bag.
Yeah, when I asked Holly what my smallest fish was, and she said a 7-6. I said, I don't know what to do.
And did you miss any today? I think you missed a couple too, didn't you?
I missed a giant 8 or 9 pounder right before I came in, right here on the island.
Oh man, just a magical day. We're gonna see what shakes out at the end, but still, just a day most anglers can just dream about being out on the water.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, look at this crowd. Texas shows out everywhere we go. I mean, everywhere. This is amazing. This is the best lake in the world. I tell everybody. Everybody knows it, you know. And just, it was awesome. You know, I'm not even going to name names, all my family, my fiance, sister, mom, dad, every friend. I mean, I got sponsors out there. At one point in time, I think we had 44 boats following me this afternoon. That's just amazing, you know. and they got rowdy, whether it was a 1 pounder or an 8 pounder, they didn't care. So I can't ask for a better group of family, friends, sponsors, Bassmaster, everything. I'm ecstatic. Let's get it going.
Take a seat in the hot seat. That also takes your 4-day total to 112 pounds and 5 ounces. You got a century belt on the way. Congratulations to Seth Fighter. Again, a strong run at AOI. We'll see where you end up at the end of the season. All right, next angler up. We knew he was going to be swinging for the fences, and we'll see if he did. Just down the road in Fort Worth, Texas. Let's get loud for Zow Dangerous, Chris Zaldane.
Finally caught him, man.
Yeah, we knew he was going to go big like he always does. 71 pounds and 14 ounces through his 3 days of fishing. 4 fish today were at 21 pounds and 2 ounces. And Chris, you had 4 really nice ones. And it's going to be a good finish for you. Has you in second right now.
Yeah, I set out today and locked the big bait in my hands. And I told my camera guy if I had 6 bites today and landed all 6 of them, we'd have a really good day. Unfortunately, I had my 6 bites, but I only landed 4 of them, and that's what happens when you go swinging big like that. And I live just down the road here in Fort Worth, but I thought I considered myself a local, but that's the local guy right there, and he's an absolute hammer. This guy's a class act on and off the water, in between tournaments, not only on his home lake, but every other fishery we go to. He's an absolute class act. So great job, Lee. Thank you all for coming out. I love Texas. We're going to get redemption at Ray Roberts in June.
We will see you there at the next Texas stop. Nice job, Chris. Second place right now, another top 10 finish, and good luck at the rest of the season. He was hoisting the trophy just 5 months ago here at this very stage as a champion as he comes cruising through 71 pounds and 2 ounces through his 3 days of fishing. Let's get loud for Patrick Walters. And I'm told he has an over in that bag. As he brings it to the stage, we will show that off. He needed to go big.
I think I misunderstood you. I think you said 42 pounds.
He needed to go big. Hey, we got to go hold the fish up. And he went big again. 2 30-pound bags in this tournament for 31.3 today. Takes him to 102 pounds and 5 ounces. And look at that 9-pound, 5-ounce big bass of the day, Lake Fork Monster. 9 pounds and 5 ounces. Well, Patrick, you knew you needed to go big. You're the only angler to pop 2 30-pound bags this week. Unfortunately, Lee just had 42 pounds.
I think I could have caught 25 pounds on day 2 when I only caught 15, and it still wouldn't have been enough. You know, if you're going to get beat on Lake Fork, it has to get beat by a 40-pound bag. I'm telling you, big hats off to Lee. That dude is the man. For him on his home pond, I just had a good week. I really do love this place. I told Emily on live, I said, baby, you better start looking for real estate because I might be the next local here. But I do love this place. I do love Texas. I got everything packed up. I'm about to head to Pickwick. And gosh, I'm just happy I cracked 100 pounds. I'm telling you, just a little deflating catching 31 pounds. And you just like, oh, yeah, 31. I mean, whatever.
You got one more crack at Texas, though, in about a month, right down the road.
That's the plan. I'm looking forward to Ray Roberts, definitely Fort Worth. I just like Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, and we'll see what happens.
You certainly
Thank y'all to
proved
this
that.
crowd. Love y'all. Y'all be good.
Patrick Walters, good job. You certainly proved that in November and just now. And Lee Livesey is still sitting in the hot seat.
No doubt.
All right, let's bring up the next angler. He has been consistent all week from Louisiana. Let's get loud for Quentin Capo. 74 even through his 3 days of fishing, and he's bringing 5 more up to the stage. Gonna be a fantastic finish for him. Let's see if we can get him into the lead. Quentin, you need 5, and you need 5 big ones. They need to go 38 pounds and 6 ounces. You caught 5 really good ones, 25 pounds and 6 ounces. Going to be a good finish for you. Jumps you into third place for this week.
Wow, what a week, man. What a week. And, come out here and just bust your tail and do everything you can. Put yourself in contention is the only thing you can ask for. And, I went out there today and said, hey, they're going to have to catch them. And I just stayed and I grinded. And, boy, did they catch them.
Going crankbaits this week, it looked like on live a lot.
A lot of crankbaits this week, a lot of top water. You know, that was kind of my pattern. I stuck with it. It's this lake, you can live with it, you can die with it. It's kind of one of those things that can leave you in a hurry. But I stuck with it, and that's what I love to do. And I can't be more thankful for this tournament. This is exactly what I needed, and you know, just to come out here and do that in front of this gigantic, awesome crowd. Appreciate everything. And Lee, dude, amazing job.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
buddy. So I just real quick want to thank all my family, all my supporters. You know, this whole week I've got text messages and calls, and just, you know, the people behind me. It's really nice to see that. And my dad, I want to thank him and my mother. They support me through all this, and my dad never misses a tournament, and I just want to tell him thank you. So y'all have a good one.
One more round of applause for Quentin Capo. We're good. Congratulations on a great week, and we will see you at Neely Henry. All right, Texas. We are down to one final angler. You guys ready to crown a champion? Come on, that's better than that. You guys ready to crown a champion? All right, let's welcome him up. He was leading coming into today. He had a very good lead as he started out this morning, 77 pounds and an ounce. Come on up, Brandon. 5 fish in your bag. They need to go 35.5. If it's anything less, it's going to be Lee Livesey. 20 pounds and 10 ounces, and that means Lee Livesey is going to be taking home the trophy here at Fork. On behalf of the Sabine River Authority to present our trophy, we're going to welcome out Troy Henry. Come on up, Troy. I know he's here because I know Lee is getting ready to hold up that trophy. Troy, I think you want to say a few words. We'll have you say those words right there, and then we'll have you present the trophy.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for coming out today. What a great day. We had a little scare with the weather. Turned out beautiful. Thank everybody. Thank you, Texas Parks and Wildlife. We've got an awesome partnership with those guys. Appreciate all the hard work they do. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you. And again, one more round of applause for the Sabine River Authority. And if they would hand off that trophy in Texas, I need you to show them how loud you can get for the guaranteed
Come on, baby, let's get loud.
Bassmaster Elite Series champion, Lee Livesey. 112 pounds and 5 ounces with the third largest bag in the 5 bass limit era here at Bassmaster. Again, your guaranteed rate, Bassmaster Elite Series champion, Lee Livesey. And that is his second trophy, but I can promise you this one is oh so sweet. Right there, Lee, tell me about it.
Yeah, you know, I've been dreaming about this my whole life, not just winning an Elite Series event, but winning it on my home pond with all my friends, family, sponsors. And to do it the way it went down today with a gigantic bag on top water, it's surreal. I don't even know what to think. I mean, there's so many people out there that are on my team, whether it's a cameraman or my mom and dad or sister or friend or people I don't even know watching at home. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching. This feels so good. I'm going to go get another one. Thank you, guys.
One more round of applause. Your guaranteed rate, Bassmaster Elite Series champion, Lee Livesey. And where's the party, Lee?
Minnebucket Marina.
You guys heard it. Go celebrate with him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap us up here in Texas again. It has been a fantastic week. We want to thank each and every one of you all for coming out and making Texas is what it is. We are headed on to Neely Henry in Alabama in just about a week. You can find out anything and everything about this tournament on Bassmaster.com. Texas, thank you again. You guys have an awesome place. Take care of it. TPW, SRA, we appreciate it. For Lisa Talmadge, I'm Hank Weldon, the entire Bass staff. Thank you, guys. We will see you soon in just over a month in Fort Worth, Texas for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Bassmaster Classic. Until then, you guys have a nice evening. In Texas, you guys rock.